What's up, YouTube? Bobbles and Ball Cards back with another video. Hope everybody had a great weekend, good holiday, extended weekend, good break, all of the above. We got through Monday, hell yeah. Now we just got 4 days to get through the rest of the week. Yeah, so we are through the first week of September, so it's flying by too. What is up, Connor? Hope you're having a good day, buddy. Hope you had a good weekend, man. So I did a video a few days ago about early September, talking about the market, that sort of thing. I did a little bit of data digging past few days, put together some numbers. I will say, when I show you guys this, I did not do the little screen snippet thingamabobbers. We'll get into all that when I get into the number side of things. But anyway, I want to start off with some mail day. The last video I did, I just recorded it, uploaded it. That was so people could see the odds on the Ben Baller Chrome and all that stuff. I showed this in the last video. I'll show it again real quick. That's the Ben Baller Topps Chrome Lewis Robert. So I got that in. Jay Michelin sent me this. He knows I like Lamar. This is 2020 Prism Draft. It's the purple, so it looks awesome with the purple and black. But Lamar Crusade. And then something that I haven't really talked to you guys about, because I know I was real hard on it. No, Connor, that's how it came to me. I just have not, I haven't flopped it around or anything. That's how they did it, so I just left it like that. So I was real hard on this product, but as the market was setting up with the flippers, I said the market would not hold with people flipping this stuff, but as a collector, there are some cool cards, and I haven't really talked about them because Topps was so far behind on shipping, but it looks like they're getting caught up. I've gotten a lot of them in recently, so I just wanted to share some of them and show that although I was extremely harsh on Project 2020, I was harsh on it for the side of people flipping them and that sort of thing. I did not think that would hold. Obviously, it crashed out of his mind. But if you just like collecting cards, you like some of these iconic cards, if you like a different take on things, some of these are really cool. We have ordered some. We finally started getting them in. So I'm going to show you some of those. First up is the Ben Baller Cal Ripken. Got that one. Honestly, I don't even know the artists because I didn't specifically choose an artist. We just got some that I thought were pretty cool. Let's see, what is this one? This is by Don C. This is the Willie Mays. I thought it looked real cool with the water in the background. Pretty cool card. That's the Willie Mays. This one is Mr. Cartoon. This is the Mariano Rivera with the Sandman. Next up is the Ben Baller Jeter. This is Sophia Chang. This is the Ricky Henderson. pretty cool design there. This guy, this is Natural. I don't really care for a lot of his, but I thought the Ichiro looked really nice because he kept it with kind of the original design. So it's pretty cool. Obviously you can't like read the name and all that stuff, but it's cool that he did keep it with the original design. Next one is Jake. Is it JK5? And it's another Mariano. Next up is Old Man Allen. This is the Griffey. It's a take on the 89. I thought it was cool with Griffey just kicked back, chilling out, relaxing. So got that one. Different photo, but kind of a new take. Here is a Gwen. This is by Greg Siff. Pretty cool. We like the sunset design in the O-Pee-Chee Platinum. This kind of is a take on that with the Gwen. Then we got some of these I think I've showed you guys. Here's the Ermsey Jeter. This is Blake Jameson's McGuire. It's a nice one with the American flag in the background. I like that design. This is F. Dot's Gwen. This is Tyson Beck. This is the Koufax. A lot going on there, but pretty cool. Some of these they put a lot of artistic effort into. So that's a Koufax. Here is the Don C. Cal Ripken. And then we got the Baller Trout, which I believe I've showed this one before. This is actually the first Project 2020 that we bought. Here is the Baller Gooden. I missed the one, I cannot remember who did it. I need to look it up on eBay, but the one where he has the mask on like a doctor, I thought that was very fitting for 2020, so I want to pick that one up. Forgot to order it. There's a couple others that we wanted that I forgot to order that I need to get. Here's the Jameson, and this is a collab card. This is actually Blake Jameson and Ben Baller collab, but this is the Mike Trout of that. And from what I've heard, this is the only collab card in Project 2020. I don't know if there'll be any more in the future. This is a Greg Siff Jeter. Here is Jacob Rochester Trout. Here is Andrew Thiel Jeter. Greg Siff, Bob Gibson. This is Sophia Chang Clemente. And then last up is Matt Taylor Cal Ripken. So that's all the ones we have so far. Like I said, I don't plan that these will ever be, an investment thing. Who knows? When I was harsh on it, it was on the flip side. When people were buying them things up and flipping them, I knew that wasn't feasible with these cards. So we pick them up here and there. We ordered, I think we bought 6 of them from somebody in the group. The rest of them, the baller trout we bought on eBay. The rest of them we did order from Tops. And then I kind of quit ordering them because I got so confused because they weren't shipping them. So I finally stopped because I didn't even know how many orders we had out there. In fact, the last order that came in, I didn't even know any more was supposed to be coming. That's how many that hadn't showed up. I had forgot what we had even ordered. So I think from now on I'm going to just try to pick them up on eBay, the ones that we want, because there's just so many out there. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get over to the charty stuff. I made my own little pretty charts and got some price numbers, all that good jazz for you guys. So bear with me. Let's go to this. Oh, I completely went to the wrong one. Alright. So hopefully let me see if I can take that. Yeah, I'll just take that off for now so y'all can see everything. Alright, so I just want to put this up and just talk for a minute about this. The data was pulled based on market research. When I note things as early July, I tried to find data within the first couple days of July. Now, if there was a discrepancy in prices, I did like an average, because I didn't want to hold numbers true to one sale. So some of this is average price. When I said mid-August, I tried to target between the 13th and the 17th. And then current prices were within the past 3 days. I've been actually, and Jay Michelin, I see he's on. He can confirm because I've talked to him about this for the past couple of days. So some of this data was actually from a couple of days ago. If there's a sale that's happened since then, the price could possibly be different. And I don't want to move that. Move this out of the way. There we go. Alright. So, get that out of the way. Alright. First card up. I pulled up the Kobe. The 96 Kobe. And also, again, everything is in PSA 10 pricing. This is not a bash to say, oh, PSA 10's prices are dropping. It's nothing to that. Obviously, we know there's more PSA 10s out there. People say they have more of the market value references. It was easier to find the data on them for the dates I was looking for. So these are PSA 10 prices. Please do not say, oh, you're just bashing PSA 10, because that's not what this video is about. Anyway, early July, PSA 10 Kobe was $18.75. In the middle of August, it had spiked up to $5,500. And you're going to see a pattern off of every card I show in this slide. It's going to be a pattern, and that's why I wanted to do this. But in the middle of August, it was up $5,500, or an increase of $3,625. The current value, again, this might have changed in the last day or two, but it's 3,000. Now the new difference, when I put negative 2,500, that's the difference between current and mid-August, just so nobody gets confused. Since mid-August, it has had a 45% drop. And then we can say 160% since early July. I did it as 60%. Because obviously I took the July price and it's 60% higher than what it was in July. That you could claim that's 160. But anyway, overall, since early July, the card is still strong. It's still up. This whole thing that I'm going to be showing is just the curve since mid-August, which we are approximately 3 weeks away from. And there's some really interesting stuff in here. So if you bought in early July, you're still in the plus. And that's going to hold true on pretty much everything here. Some more than others, but this is just to show how crazy things went from early July to mid-August, and then how it's came back down. So, Kobe has unfortunately dropped 45%. And the reason I put him first, he has no involvement in current sports. He made his legacy. He passed earlier this year. He has no involvement in the current sports. He's done nothing to affect his prices. He's done nothing to increase, decrease, anything. This is pure market driven. Yes, there was Kobe Day, but that, I don't see that being a fluctuation of this margin of 45%. And then I did a little graph because I know people like graphs. So you see here was July. That's how much in mid-August it jumped. And then slid back down to your current pricing. Mark, these are graded prices. So next up, we have LeBron. LeBron is an interesting one. He was really hot, and you could look in his Prism card. You could look at his, what I have here, the Topps rookie. LeBron was hot. He's still playing. They're still contending. I know there's people saying his political nonsense or noise or whatever people are classifying it as. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't even know what the man said. So, I try to stay out of that whole area. That's not my ball game. I stay out of it. So I don't know exactly what he said, but in July, early July, he was at 3,100 for his Topps PSA 10. In mid-August, it spiked. It was up to 7,000. So it had more than doubled in a month and a half. Currently, it's sitting at around 5,200 or a negative $1,800 drop since mid-August or the past 3 weeks. Now, you think about that, it went up 3,900 in 6 weeks, and it's already dropped 1,800 in 3 weeks. If the drop continues, do we see it go back to early July pricing? That's the curious thing here. Because you have a 6-week window and a 3-week window. So that's why I'm kind of wanting to show this. Since mid-August, he's dropped 26%, but he is still up 68% since early July overall. And then you can see here again, I did another little graph thingy because people like bars, graphs, all that kind of thing. July, the spike, and then it went right back down. That's why I kind of named this the sports market roller coaster, because you're kind of seeing a little roller coaster. Okay, so next we have Kawhi. Now, Kawhi is an interesting individual. He's won titles with two different teams. He kind of took the glory last year going up to Toronto, bringing them a title. He said, all right, I did enough here. He rolled out, went to LA. So I looked up even further back, and I'm pretty sure it was February, March. I could be off, but I think it was February or March. Kawhi was like $500. You know, fair pricing, but when you look at other individuals, he was low. He was low. So early July he hit 2,000. Again, middle August, he spiked up. 52.50 was his mid-August price. So he jumped $3,250, or, you know, double and a half, pretty much. Currently he's sitting at 4,500. So he's only dropped $750. So he's still holding pretty strong. He's had a 14% drop since mid-August. That's one of the stronger cards that I have in these examples. So he's only had a 14% drop. Again, I put 125% on here. That could be considered 225%, however you want to view it. But he is way strong if you bought him in early July. So he's one, like I just said, do we see him drop back to a early July mark? I don't think so. He's only dropped $750, so it would take a lot more for him to get back to the early July price point. I think Kawhi's card will stay pretty strong. I think the Clippers, unless something crazy happens, they're going to make a contention to not only be in the Western Conference Finals, but potentially the NBA Finals. And that's going to be crazy if Kawhi goes from Toronto to LA and takes them to a title too. It's going to show that the man is good. So just have to keep an eye on him. And I do want to update this further along so we can keep an eye on this. I want to just something to let us see what this market actually is going to do. So let's go to the next one. And here is the graph. You can see he jumped a lot, and he didn't fall off as much, but there was still a fall off. Next, we have Luka. So early July, Luka was 800. We all know Luka is one of the hottest young players in basketball. He was $800. He had a hell of a, some great games in the playoffs. Mid-August, he jumped to $2,000. So he went up over 2 times. $1,200. He was on the upswing. Currently, he's already down to 14. It hasn't been that long since the Mavs. I don't know exact date, but it hasn't been long since they got bumped. But since in the last 3 weeks, he's dropped $600 or an average of $200 a week. And he is at a 30% drop since mid-August, but he is still up 75% since early July. So he's still strong. Again, another one, if you bought him in early July, you're still sitting okay. If you bought him in mid-August, you're probably filing an eBay return. That is the thing and why I wanted to talk about this. We're 3 weeks since these price spikes. I really hope people that sold protected themselves or had a plan or prepared for a price drop, because I can only imagine what return claims are looking like right now. You're seeing some big number differences since mid-August to current pricing. So hopefully people are not hurting because they're getting returns filed on them. And if it goes lower, remember, they have 90 days. So hopefully people aren't getting screwed over too bad, but when things went up as quick as they did and you started seeing a drop, I hope they prepared themselves. So here we have the chart. You can see Luka's jump, and then again he had the dip. We'll see. I'll keep this saved. We'll take a look at it here another week or two and see where we're at. See if things leveled off, or if that roller coaster had a longer downslope than we prepared for. So next up, this is the big one. Here is the big one. Giannis in early July was $3,075. In middle August, he reached $7,000, or a difference of $3,925. He's currently down to roughly 4,100. He's 4,000 and some change. In fact, him and Kawhi are right there neck and neck. And I showed you Kawhi in early July was nowhere near $3,075. So, the difference in the past 3 weeks has been a $2,900 loss. That's one where if a seller sold and they get a return claim of $7,000, they could really be hurting. Hopefully they still got the $7,000. B, even if they get the card back and they sell it, it's going to be $3,000 less. So that one is one that could really, really hurt people. He's at a 41% drop, but he is still up 33% since early July. So once again, if you bought him in early July, you're still doing fine. I just hope if you bought him in early July, you didn't try to flip him in mid-August and get a return claim against you, because you're going to be hurting. You're going to have a headache. So that is one that is huge. And you can see by the graph here, it was like a steep up climb, and boom, almost back down to where he was. So this one is one that I really like. I don't have any interest in buying one, but when I'm going to talk about cards and I got people interested in cards, it's one that has to be noted. We'll just have to see if this drops back down to this level, but it's crazy. So, alright, next up, let's go to football, because I'm not focusing this on just basketball, and this is why it's important for the market, okay? It's not just basketball. Now, Lamar Jackson Prism. And that was a good joke, Connor. I will let you take the stage on that one. Lamar Prism. Now, y'all know I have one in an SGC. I admitted the card was not worth $3,600 in a PSA 10. I owned one. I said there was no way in hell the card should be worth $3,600. Well, I don't know if somebody listened to me or if this is just another example of the market. So, early July, Lamar was sitting at $1,500. Middle of August, he hit $3,650. So it went up $2,150. It is now down to $2,500. That's an $1,150 loss, or a 32% drop in the past 3 weeks. The reason this is concerning is football starts Thursday. You know, I know people have tried to give reason for the market changing as basketball is going into their off season. You know, the players were getting bumped out the bubble. You know, there's been numerous things out there being said of why it's happening. Lamar Jackson's about to put his helmet on and run out onto the field for week 1. He's not bumped out of a bubble. He's not knocked out of the playoffs. He is about to go into game mode. And he still dropped 32%. So, that is concerning. It's football. It's football season. And he still dropped by nearly a third in the last 3 weeks. Now, I said his card was not worth $3,600. I said he was not worth it. And I love Lamar Jackson, but that price I could not compute $3,600 on it. So he is still up 67% since early July. So it's not a complete catastrophe, but it's definitely a concern because, as I said, he's about to throw the football helmet on, run out onto the field. So the next one is, here's the graph, so you can just see that spike and then down. But the next one is another one in the football market. Now, this is Mahomes, okay? Mahomes was $3,200 in the beginning of July. Mid-August, he hit $8,000 for an upswing of $4,800. He's currently at $7,239. So, he's only dropped, and I say only with a big stress mark, he's only dropped 10%. But that 10% is $761. You might look at it and say, but it's only 10%. When you're talking $700, that's a lot of money. I mean, for me anyway, if $700 isn't a lot of money, then you're probably buying them no matter if they're $8,000, $3,000, $5,000, whatever. But $700 is a lot of money. It might only be 10%, but $700 is a lot of money. Now, overall, he is still up 126%. So his card is still holding strong, but it's still a concern because a 10% drop or $700 in the last 3 weeks, again, when he's getting ready to go out on the field, put his helmet on and take a snap, is kind of odd. So I just wanted to throw them out there. Let's go to, well, here's his chart. It's not as much as a downswing here, but it did drop. So it did drop off a little bit. That is one to really keep an eye on. If that continues to go down, then we are in a weird, it's a weird situation. All right, so let's go over to baseball. We are in the second half of the season. We got kids out here raking, smashing homers. Juan Soto came onto the scene after his little COVID quarantine thing. Started busting some over the wall. Came on hot. One of the youngest, best players in baseball. So, in the beginning of July, he was $140 in a PSA 10 for his 2018 update. In mid-August, he hit 280. This was around, I believe this was right after the time I had posted it on Facebook, said, hey guys, you know, Soto's popping homers every night. He kind of hit a little price spike. And I'm not saying that to take credit. I'm saying for those in the group, remember me saying that, you can think back. It wasn't that long ago. The difference, obviously, is $140. He's currently at $245. Now, again, this is something I want to note. I said Mahomes dropped 10%, and it was $760. But Soto's dropped 12%, and it's only $35. So, this is kind of why I like to play in baseball, because even on a 12% drop, it's only $35. I'd much rather lose $35 than $700. So, just throwing that out there. Especially when, you know, last year, around this time, you could pick Soto's cards up for $15 raw. So it shows there's money in baseball cards. If you're wanting the $10,000 card, you're not really, you know, you're not going to hit a home run on that every time. But if you want to turn $15 into a couple $100, it's very easy to do. Anyway, he is up 75% since early July overall, so his card is still strong, but I wanted to throw him in there and notate it to show yet another hot player in a sport that is in prime part of the season has dropped. Now, the argument may come, the Nationals suck. Nobody cares. You know, they're not making the playoffs. Soto's down. You might have a point, except, and here is Soto's graph. I'll let you look at that a second. We have Tatis. Padres aren't sucking. Tatis damn sure isn't sucking. He started early July at $77 in his PSA 10. Mid-August, he hit $275 for a difference of $198. He is currently sitting at $240, which again is a $35 loss, but for Tatis it goes up to a 13% drop, but he's still up 211% overall since July. So he is damn sure still strong, but he has dropped. since mid-August. This mid-August swing, this pattern that we're seeing. And there's nothing to say that why would he be down. They're getting ready to play tonight, or they might have already started. I believe he passed Trout again with 15 on the year. The kid is just prime. There's no reason for him to drop. So, we'll go over here. There's his chart. I mean, that thing shot straight up. And then just dipped a little bit here, but it is 13%. So when you're looking at a percentage point, it is on a downswing. All right, next is Mike Trout. Now here is one that I want to say again. So you see the numbers here. July 2350, mid-August he hit 3350. He went up 1,000. He's currently at 3150. So you're going to say, well, he's not that different. You know, he hasn't really changed. $200. You know, that's $200. It's not a huge drop. But $200 is $200. You know, if I was to lose $200, I'd be pretty pissed. It wouldn't break me, but I'd be pissed off. But he is down 6% since the mid-August, but he is still up 34%. So, as you've seen all throughout here, everything has dropped in the past 3 weeks, but since early July, it's still up. So that's what we got to keep an eye on. Does it get back down to this range, or does it, you know, just keep trickling a little bit? All right, and then here's Trout's. You can see his barely moved at all, but it did go down a little bit. All right, so we've talked basketball, we've talked football, we've talked some baseball. Ha, that's a good one, Jay Michelin. Unfortunately, I told you in the group chat I'll be sending the second and third place out. I got the first already accounted for, man. No worries. All right. So I wanted to go ahead and include hockey. I already wanted to, I talked the other three sports. I wanted to talk some hockey. I used the Connor McDavid Young Guns. Hot young player, one of the hottest cards in hockey. So, in July, he was $9.50. In mid-August, he spiked, just like everything else. He spiked just like all the other guys we just talked about. He went up to $14.50. So he shot up $500. Currently, he's sitting at $1,100, which is a $350 drop, or a 24% drop since mid-August. And if you notice, his number is actually close back here to the early July. So he's down 24%. He is still up 16% since early July overall. But he's one that definitely has trended back down to his early July price point. Even most of the stuff that I have that I've talked about with you guys, like from my collection and everything, I bought back in February and March. So I'm going to be honest, guys, it has to drop a lot more for me to freak out. Because I'm still way ahead on the stuff I bought. This is mainly just to give an example that it's not basketball. It's not just political statement by one player. It's not just a rookie getting bounced from the bubble. This has hit all four sports. Somebody asked me about soccer, and I seen Scott, I believe it was Scott and Sean talking about it earlier in the chat. They said the soccer market has also been hit. I did not know enough or a card that I could pull data on to that would be like a market known card. So I cannot confirm on soccer if it is seeing the same dip. But I did want to show all four sports, show that it's not just basketball exclusive. I want to really see, and like I said, in a couple weeks, I'll revisit this. Let's see where we're at. I want to see if football gets a bump back up. Let's see if Mahomes starts hot, if he bumps back up. Let's see if the Lamar recovers from its 32% drop. And there's probably players out there. Kyler Murray, I think he's probably in the green. But it's definitely hit all of the markets. It's not just one. Am I telling everybody to panic? No. No. I'm not telling anybody to panic. But what I do want to say is, let's follow along. Let's continue on along on this. In a week, 2 weeks, I'll jump back on this, pull up the same charts, see where we're at. If we continue to decline, especially on Mahomes, probably Tatis, because I would think the Padres could contend in the playoffs. If Lamar has dropped off more, let's see. We'll just have to look and see what the market's done. I personally think some of you guys hit the nail on the head. I think financially people are having to tighten up. I think you got a lot of people that might be in debt. I think some people might have gotten debt. They're trying to dig their way back out. I think you had a lot of people that needed to jump in but didn't exactly know what they were doing. And Jay Michelin has a good analogy about a bull rush. He's like, a name gets thrown out of there and the bull rush comes. And it's like everybody, the mob of people, rushes to that person. It's kind of funny because in stocks you got the bull, you got the bull and the bear. For his bull rush statement, I would like to classify it as running with the bulls. Are you one that runs with the bulls? Or do you dodge the hell out of the way and go a different direction and grab something else? If you were a person that didn't follow the spiky trend and think that you had to buy at peak point, you're probably still doing okay. If you bought any of this stuff July or prior, you're probably still doing okay. If you sold in mid-August, prepare yourself for a return. Please make sure you got that money in your account, because eBay ain't going to give two craps. If somebody returns it and they honor the return, your bank account is going to be negative because they're going to take it. So that's the main concern here. People wondered why I was selling off Prism. Why did I throw so much Prism up on eBay raw? Why didn't I grade it, sell it that way? I did that because the market was hot. I did it because I could sit and watch a game and see a guy score 10, 12 points and his Prism rookie go up to $10. I knew I had to play on that opportunity to get rid of that stuff. Throw 10 of them up there, get $100. It was easy to do. I seen what the market was doing. I didn't have faith that these guys would stay popular. Look what Bobo did. He was a perfect example. The Bobo boom, and then that was a bad move. So don't freak out. We'll revisit this, see where we are. I'll do it the same way, go through all 4 sports, see where we are. In 2 weeks, we should be getting more towards... good point, Cardboard. Don't be the guy that got screwed and then think, oh, I'm going to return this and screw somebody, because that was on you. That was on you. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, man. It's almost like buyers are trying to prospect eBay now. I'm going to buy this and see if it goes up. And if it don't, I know I got time to return it. So, yeah, Cardboard Carolina's right. Don't be that guy. But yeah, let's take a revisit in about 2 weeks. Football will be, we'll see what some players are doing. Basketball should be in the swing of the conference finals, maybe the beginning of the NBA finals. Baseball will be winding down. We should have a better picture of who's going to be in the playoffs. And then hockey should be 2 weeks. They might be in the Stanley Cup Finals. I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, I think let's revisit this, see where we're at in a couple weeks, see if we should freak out then. Don't freak out, guys. That was a joke. But yeah, I hope this helped people. I know you guys like when I do data diving. I wanted to show it overall on the last, what are we at, 2-month period, rather than just, the past week or the past 2 weeks. I wanted to show that spike and what those cards did, and now what they're doing after that spike. So that's why I focused back to July. Let's see where we're at in a couple weeks. And personally, if you're a collector, these numbers don't mean nothing to you, because the LeBron and everything, it ain't going nowhere. It's sitting back on the shelf. It can drop. I'm in it for 225. If it gets down to that, then all cardboard is crap. But I don't see that happening. If you are a true collector, if you got in early, if you've been holding this stuff like Guns has been having a Jordan rookie for years and years and years since he was a kid, these prices don't mean nothing. If you are an investor, you're probably freaking out. If you are a flipper, your flip game's probably hurting. But if you are a collector, we can still sell cards we don't want to make money to buy ones we do. We can still appreciate the cards we got on the shelf or in the safe or in the safe deposit box. That's where you'll see the collectors benefit more than the flippers or the investors. Because really, we know we got in and we appreciate what we bought. So just remember that, guys. It's just like those Project 2020 cards. I don't ever expect to make a dime off of them. They just look cool. So, but anyway, I hope everybody has a good night and a good Tuesday, and we get that week rolling along. I do appreciate all y'all popping in here. If anybody is interested in the Prism rookie boxes I have, let me know. If not, I might crack them all back open, pull the stuff out, and get rid of it that way. Either way, just let me know. I just don't want them to sit on the screen all the time. Yeah, Sean, I really like that one. He's kicking back, relaxing. I thought it was cool when I seen it, so had to grab it. But yeah, guys, have a great night. Have a great Tuesday. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and until the next video, I'm out.